Hello and welcome to Pop Snitch Podcast. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Brandon.
And we are back. And somehow there's been a lot of pop culture news in the last week. In the first week of 2026, we've got a lot going on.
Yeah, tell me about it. It seems like we've just kicked off the year with, honestly, like I was thinking about this before the show, and I think it's funny that you said that because I actually was thinking the exact opposite until I looked at your list, because I've just been inundated with the fact that the world's going to hell in a handbasket, and we've threatening to invade every country in the world. And so I haven't really been, but then I looked at your list. I'm like, well, actually a lot has happened in the last week.
I know. I have been keeping my head firmly in the sand. I used to not, and I have to, for my own blood pressure, at this old age, I got to keep things where they need to be. I'm aware.
We're
doing what I can.
Keeping it high and tight.
High and tight. I'm doing what I can to not die from stress.
I also just have to admit that I'm liking this little pony moment that you've got going on here.
I do have a little pony. Yeah, I went to the gym and I was like, there's not time to wash my hair and prepare. And so it's a pony moment.
And, I'm mentioning how Rachel looks because why are you not watching this on YouTube?
Okay, facts. Watch us. Don't just listen.
We spend a lot of time filming and editing these podcasts, especially Snitchuation Room. So get on there and watch some content. You can watch it on your TV, YouTube app.
You can. Yeah, that's true.
Follow us on there. Watch that baby on the TV.
On the big screen. I will say one of my coworkers today, such a sweetie, not texted me, but she slacked me and was like, I saw these professional podcast clips and it took me a while of it coming through my feed to realize that it was you. And I was like, oh yeah. And she was like, how long have you been doing it? It looks really professional. It looks really good. And I was like, oh my God, not you making my day. What? And she's like, I'm super into Bravo now. I've been watching Salt Lake City. I'm on season 4. And I was like, I wish I could watch it again with fresh eyes.
Oh man. Well, you can, and we probably will.
Well, I can't with fresh eyes because I do indeed know what happens.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I forget everything after one watch. So
yeah, dare to dream to have amnesia that you do. Anytime you watch, read, hear anything, you just immediately forget it.
Oh, yeah, because I'll read a book, and then by the time the movie comes out, I'll be like, yeah, I have no idea what's coming here.
It is absolutely insane. You have such high media consumption and such low retention.
Yeah, it's real issues around here.
Yeah, what is that? Some sort of cognitive issue?
I think
iron.
I need to get on that Liminal app or whatever and start working on my brain dexterity.
I fear we already need to see if there's water on your brain. That is an issue amongst your heritage in your family.
I hate to say it, but you're going to have to be in charge of it because by the time the water has incensed me, it will be too late, as evidenced by my family. So what we're talking about here, let's just be clear.
It sounds made up. I thought it was made up. It's not made up. It's real.
So when several years ago, when my grandmother, who we talk about so many times on this podcast because I have an absolute love for her, she was before her time, only liberal in the family at certain times. Really just a hero.
Yeah. She helped African-American kids, helped bus them in for integration, drove them in her car.
Yes.
And was on school boards. She was in in South Carolina. It was say something, I dare you. And people were so afraid of her. She was a baddie.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P. Mima.
In her latter years, she began to develop a good amount of dementia, and everybody was like, oh, it's so sad because actually her father suffered from the same thing. Also, a couple of, I think, other family members. And she used to just say to us all the time, hey, my father had water on the brain. Somebody needs to check the water on my brain. And everybody's like, oh, I'm so bad.
Water on the brain.
She doesn't understand what's going on and blah, blah, blah. Sure enough, they take her to the doctor one day and they're like, oh, yeah, she's got water on the brain. Let's just drain that off. Drained it with the shunt and she came back.
And she was lucid.
She was lucid again. She had been living in a chair and all this, and she came back. It
extended her life, had to have by
years and years,
10 years.
Yeah. And so, so we always joke, we got to check my brain.
I think you're getting early water on the brain.
Early onset brain water.
Oh my, yeah, you have early onset brain water, and I'm concerned. I'm going to have to get them to check in there, and we're going to drill a hole and let it seep out.
What? I mean, we got to drill.
Drill, baby, drill.
Yeah. It'd just be like on the pit where they just decide to drill into somebody's brain and relieve the pressure.
I know. I'm going to have to call a doctor. Like, can you come over and just like drill into my husband's brain? He does feel that there's water there. And they're going to be like, ma'am, are you okay? I'll be like, no.
Oh, my word.
Oh, all right. Well, let's get into some of these stories because I am actually obsessed with them. Okay. So, did you have any concept of this mom group prior to the story about Ashley Tisdale? And do you know who Ashley Tisdale is?
Okay. This is where I'm going to need help here. If someone said, do you know who Ashley Tisdale is? I know who that person is. I can picture them in my brain. Okay. I think they were a Disney star of some sort. Correct. Why don't you give me just a little context around Ashley Tisdale and the friend group?
That is what it is. She was Disney star with like Zac Efron and High School Musical, like that era of Disney. So very, very popular. She is, I don't know, probably in her mid-30s. I'm not sure how old she is. You can look that up while I'm talking about it, but probably 30s. She has been in this mom group with these women like Mandy Moore, Hilary Duff, like these women who have been powerhouses in the industry for years and years and years, like literal decades. And they all would post together, like Meghan Trainor's in there, and they would post, like, did you see how old she was?
She's 40 years old.
Oh, okay. So she's your age. Yeah. So they would like go on trips together in like little matching sweatsuits, mom this, mom that, blah, blah, blah. So apparently, Ashley wrote a blog post that kind of went viral, but not that much. So she was like, you know what I need to do? There's nothing like someone who announces that they're ending a friendship. What a weird thing to do. One thing about me, if I'm ending a friendship with you, you'll never know. You'll just never see me again. I don't answer your texts. I don't answer your calls. We just don't talk. I become a ghost. But she is like actively telling them via text message, via her blog, like, just so you know, I'm not even like a part of your group anymore. And so they're like, whatever. So then because that doesn't get enough traction, she goes to The Cut and does this article and is basically saying that at functions when they would be together, she felt like she was put at an end of the table that wasn't the popular end of the table. And she did not like that. And that, she was seeing on Instagram and stuff that she wasn't getting invited to places. And she felt that that was unfair and that they weren't like being inclusive with her. And all of this. So she literally, that's what the article was. It was her complaining about being in a mom's group and calling it toxic and saying like, it's toxic because they don't include me enough and I don't get to sit at the other end of the table.
The toxic celebrity moms friend group that you're in.
Yes. And like, listen, mom groups can get crazy, but I thought it was going to be about like toxic culture of like, oh no, my kid's organic, or oh, like judging each other's parenting. I did not know the toxicity was going to be, you didn't invite me to this, or I was not allowed to sit at the part of the table that I wanted to sit at. And I was like, that's odd. And then directly after the Cut article, she unfriended Hilary Duff and Mandy Moore, who are obviously part of this group. So that was clear, and everybody starts chattering about that. Well, we know those girls they go pretty hard about being Democrats on their socials, and apparently there had been a lot of chitter chatter about Tisdale's political beliefs that she was like kind of I think she forgot that people can tell what you like and repost.
The Maha.
Yeah,
she definitely.
I think so.
Yeah.
Maha pipeline caught her. Rolled her right on. So then she doesn't do anything, but then Hilary Duff's husband, he's had enough. So he posts this like mocked up cover of him sitting, like it looks like a Cut article cover, and he puts the title of it as "A Mom Group Tell-All Through a Father's Eyes, : When you're the most self-obsessed, tone-deaf person on earth, other moms tend to shift focus to their actual toddlers."
Oh, dang.
Read her for filth.
Here's the thing. let me help my aging millennial brethren and sisterin and sibling by saying stop liking things, except if it's our post.
Right, like our stuff.
Only like our posts.
Safe. It's
because it's mark safe. But if you like anything else, everyone can see that.
Yeah.
And everyone can hold that against you. And we don't know how everything will age. There may be something that we're believing, pushing, thinking now that in 5 years we'll be like, ooh, that didn't age well. A great way to keep that secret is to not like things. Do not, unless it is this podcast, do not share things. Okay?
Well, there's that meme that's like, nothing is more embarrassing than like the 2009 version of you posting on Facebook. And it's so true.
Oh, my word.
I don't know her. Who was that? What demon took over my body and posted those things?
So it's like, when I was coming up in high school, all the music that was targeted at men was like pop punk kind of rock and roll.
Ska band stuff.
Well, no, that's different. It was like pop punk, and all of that music is about how a girl has done me wrong and girls are too complicated to figure out. And I need a mood ring to figure out what my girlfriend is feeling today, so I'll know how to deal with her.
Is she on her period? Let's look at her mood ring.
And I remember one of the first things I ever posted on Facebook, and this came back up maybe 5 years ago, but I had not seen it since. And it came up, and it was like a picture, what would now be called a meme, which back then was just like a funny internet picture. It had... the picture I posted was just on this side. It was like a box with a like a button on it, and it just said man. And then on the other side it said woman, and it was 1,000 buttons and blinking lights and all of this. And it's basically like men are simple, women are too complicated. And I'm so ashamed of myself even for that. And so I can only imagine what other people did. I mean,
Brandon,
we know
I was posting Bible verses.
We also know what happened with people's Halloween costumes.
Ooh,
people were on one. I'm sure Ashley Tisdale has a questionable Halloween costume or two in her past.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean,
Thank God I don't have any of those. I don't have any problematic Halloween costumes, and that's a great reason not to dress up for Halloween. Never know how those are going to age.
Yeah, I do. I like the fact that I hate dressing up. That, and Lisa Barlow and I are of the same mind. I do not like dressing up for theme events, theme parties, Halloween. I'm like, I just want to dress how I want to dress. I don't like being told what to do.
You don't.
And so
I
the
can assure you
minute someone is like, you have to dress like this, I'm like, I'm not going to do that. Just immediately no. But back to what you were saying about the music. I told you this the other day. I am so convinced that men are insane right now because for a man, if a girl breaks up with him or like cheats on him in high school or his parents get divorced, he will literally carry that and burn the world down because he got upset one time when he was 16. Women will literally get run over by a car, get pregnant, give birth in the street, and then go to work that day and be like, wow, I had a really rough morning.
Yeah.
And I just like, I am so flabbergasted. Like, you'll see, especially on Bravo, you'll see these guys like Jesse Solomon was even saying this. He's like, I know I'm like 33, but ever since my girlfriend cheated on me when I was 19, like I've just had a really hard time with relationships. I'm like, bruh.
Get over it, brother.
What?
Oh, no.
What?
I mean, I'll just be honest. I mean, I can look even at my own, world around me and the friends that I've had. I'm going to tell you, some people got stung. And they still hammered.
No, I'm like, get a grip. So much happened to me from like 16 to 24 that I won't even go into here because I don't want to be like, but it was like back to back to back to back hits. And I was like,
don't know that we're supposed to use the word grit anymore, but I mean, gracious Lord, it's time to move on.
I know. So
Pick up the pieces.
Yeah, but men can't do it. They're like, no, one bad thing happened to me. And so I get to set the world on fire and blame it on women.
Well, and they're discovering theology. They're discovering therapy terms by their chat GPT usage. And
Yeah.
they're like, my trauma. I'm like, okay, brother. Like, this is, it may be trauma, but where is it ranking? We got
Yeah.
to pick ourselves up. We got to move forward. We got to move on.
It's like my brother in Christ. Half of people have divorced parents. You're going to have to pick it up and move on.
I mean, everyone has had a girlfriend break up with them or a boyfriend break up with them. Like, we don't need to assuage relationships forever because, I can't trust another woman I was broken up with.
It's like someone broke up with me, someone cheated on me, so now I have to run through women like I don't even know what to compare it to because
I have
he
to
literally
take it out on them. I have to punish all women.
Sleep with them, treat them like a commodity. It's really important that they know that I don't value them as a human because I was embarrassed one time.
I mean, is this not the plot of every serial killer in the history of the world?
Every serial killer is literally like, my mom didn't love me enough and one woman embarrassed me, so I went and killed 12 women.
Yes, and I had to wear her skin to make myself feel better.
Yeah.
And you wonder why women are scared to go out there, scared to enter the dating pool.
I know. And men are like, I'll protect you. I'm like, from what's that?
Other
from
men.
Other men? Cool. Cool. Thank you.
No bears in the woods.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your protection. All right. I also have to talk about Tom Brady and Alix Earle because Alexa, shut up. Oh my God. She just yaps. Tom Brady and Alix Earle were seen at the St. Barts, which hilarious that all these rich people had their yachts at St. Barts. And they were like, oh my God, I can't get my flight out because we went and kidnapped Venezuela's president. And I was like, let me tell you, tiniest violin, cry all the tears and fill up the sea. I do not care. Shep was out there crying about it.
Well, I'm going to just say this. How is Shep affording to be even in the same room with Tom Brady?
I don't understand how you don't understand that Shep is incredibly rich.
I get that. But it's just like, I mean, he's rich from like his family, right? He's never had a job in his life. Brandon,
he is rich. His family has immense wealth. They have multiple homes. He is living, he's in his mid-40s and never had to have a job.
Living La Vida Loca.
Traveled. Yeah. He is very wealthy. Okay.
Okay. Well,
lock that in.
So I got it.
Okay.
So what is
also, did you see that he met Tinx and was like, who's this? And asked her how many followers she had?
No, I did not see that.
And then she humiliated him by reposting it. Okay, so they're all at St. Bart's. Tom Brady, Alix Earle, Tinx, and Shep. Before the Venezuela invasion and the fact that they can't all leave, we have the story coming out about Alix Earle and Tom Brady getting very flirty, touchy-feely, hooking up, whatever. And then the next morning, Shep posts, I met this really cool girl. We were standing in line and people were coming up to her and asking her for pictures and asked her what she did. Turns out she writes books. I thought that was really cool and post a picture of him and Tinx. Tinx, he tags her, reposts and says, yeah, immediately after he asked me how many followers I had. Great conversation.
Oh, I mean, you don't have to work very hard to put Shep to shame in my mind. I'm not a Shep fan.
Yeah.
I would say for the Tom Brady, Alix Earle thing, like maybe these two are just having fun, but and by no means am I trying to shame people, but this just seems like her father is 1 year older than this man. And I'd just be honest, like it skeeves me out just personally because I don't know what I have in common with the 25-year-old for the most part. As far as what are we going to talk about? What are we going to be? I mean, other than Bravo, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And does Tom Brady know anything about Bravo? Like,
I don't think so. Does he know who Tinx is?
Well, she was dating an NFL player. Like she obviously.
Maybe football.
Yeah. She knows stuff about that.
And I mean, Tom is beautiful.
He is.
He's a good-looking man, so I understand her intrigue.
And she lived in Florida.
Got a boat.
And he lived in Florida. So they've got Florida, and they've got football, and they're pretty. And so I'm sure that they found
have
things.
MAGA as well.
Perhaps. But I thought it was interesting that the discourse online was very, like, shaming of Alix. Being like, because she just recently broke up with her boyfriend. And, Paige and Hannah talked about this on Giggly Squad, and I thought it was really important. Paige was like, why in the world is anyone upset with her when he is old enough to be her father? Like, why is it okay for him to date someone 20 years younger, but people are mad at her because she broke up with her boyfriend a month ago? She was like, for the record, that's when she told you she broke up with him.
Here's the thing. This is what I was about to say. It's like, if we're hearing about it, this has been on the ropes for quite a while. You think that Nicole Kidman, broke up with Keith Urban the day before we started hearing about it in a magazine? Right. No, that crap had been on the bricks for a minute.
Well, and I've said this a million times. By the time a woman leaves, she has been planning to leave for ages. She has been scripting it out. Like, that's just how we are, like, whatever it may be, whatever circumstance it may be, it is not a surprise to her. And she has been mentally checked out for a while. So the idea that she broke up with him. Like, why does she need time to grieve? He didn't die. You know what I mean? Like, she broke up with him. She's 25. She can't go hook up with someone. If that were a man, what would they say to him immediately? What do you got to do to get over someone? Get under someone. They would immediately be like, you need to go hook up with someone.
That's fine. Tom, you want to date a young woman? Alex, you want to date an old man? Great. Let's normalize old women leaving their old husbands for younger men. Let's normalize that behavior.
Jess Alba's doing that.
See, there you go. Perfect. Let's normalize
she was caught
that
with
behavior.
Some PDA over the break.
As long as we can normalize that, I'm fine normalizing the age gap for men.
Well, didn't Giselle marry someone younger than her and just have a baby too?
I think so. So. And so let's do it. Let's reciprocity. If we're gonna, if we all can do it, we all can do it.
Exactly. My point is what Paige DeSorbo was saying, which is like, how dare you come at Alex sideways at all when she is 25? Her brain just fully formed. Tom Brady is 45. Like, get a grip, y'all.
And we can do whatever we want. Like, the thing is, like, he ain't gonna shouldn't be shamed,
adults.
and she shouldn't be shamed.
Yeah,
I can have my thoughts about it. I can have my thoughts about it, but shaming people.
They were hooking up in St. Bart's. Like, crazier things have happened. They're both beautiful people. Who cares?
Yeah. Slam dunk.
I don't get it.
All you eat is like roughage and you don't even allow yourself to have a tomato every now and again and you look like Tom Brady, you can do whatever you want. That's the rules.
Yeah. I like weirdly think he's cloning himself somehow.
Oh boy.
What if we find out there are like 8 Tom Bradys and they're all 45 forever?
Well, I'll get you one for Christmas.
Oh my God, thank you so much. It's really thoughtful. They're probably really expensive. We're going to need this podcast to blow up.
Let's go. Like and follow. Even though I told you not to like, follow, or subscribe.
No, this is an important announcement. Go to the YouTube. Subscribe.
Don't make me beg you. Go to popsnitch.com and just click on everything. Follow it all.
Yeah, get crazy. Get crazy in there. I also saw the clip because I do not listen to I can't stand Dax Shepard. I just feel like he's constantly self-deprecating in a way that's like, please tell me I'm good. And I don't like it, but I did you see the clip where he's asking
bad.
to share?
It's bad. I mean, what is he thinking?
Funny.
Why is Kristen or Monica not just stopping him and being like, back it up?
They're so used to it.
He's sitting there going, okay, I know you don't like me, Cher. So who would you want Kristen to be with? What A-list actor would you? And she's like, whoa, this isn't, that's not what I said. That's not how I feel. It's like, well, I know you obviously don't like me. So who should she be with? And Cher's like, see, this is the energy that I'm talking about, Kristen.
Yeah. I love that she would not engage. She was like, okay, listen, I trust Kristen. I get it. But she cut him so deep when she said, I trust her. She must see something I don't see.
Yeah,
the way
literally.
I laughed.
I mean, she got him.
Oh my God.
I will say this, and I hope this isn't offensive, but it's like Cher hangs out with spicy gays constantly. And she will, if you do that, you're going to develop like a whole nother gear for taking people down a peg.
You're going to cut people to their core.
And I'm telling you, Miss Cher, she's got the skill. And she cut him, she sliced him deep.
He was asking for it. He was begging for it. I'm sorry you don't like me. Tell me who's better.
And most people don't check him, which I don't even understand, but they don't.
I could never go on there because the entire time I would be like, why are you doing that? Why are you seeking approval? Stop doing that. It would
become an intervention.
It would
become an intervention for him.
I'd be like, can you ask a question without centering yourself? Like, is that possible in this entire
Dax,
interview?
have us on. We can walk you through this on the Snitchuation Room. How not to seek others' approval.
How to ask a question without making it all about you.
Yeah, we can work through it. There is
Although
hope.
I'm not great at that either.
We are able to see what we don't like in ourselves and others. This is
Yeah, it turns out projection is real. And we all have it. I also talked to our friend Madison today, and, I used to hate listen to Nick Viall, and now I can't even do that. I can barely get through a clip because I genuinely think that he and Natalie are rage baiting at this point.
Oh, they are. They are. Absolutely.
It's like not even subtle. It's just like insane. The people they're having on, the stuff that they're asking them is bizarre.
I mean,
but
them having Brittany and what's his name on, I don't know if you saw any clips from that, the Osmond brother. Oh, I mean, they were just rage baiting their own fans. That's what I can't stand. It's like they are, what would it be? It's just patronizing even to their own fans.
Yeah. Well, I did think it was funny that he was like, I don't want to be on Bravo. And it's like, bruh, I was sitting right next to you at BravoCon when you were walking down.
He was eating it up, feasting.
When those two girls came up and asked him for a picture, he was like, oh my God, yeah. And like trying to turn it where the flash was on so people would notice. I was like, okay.
He was feasting on the hate, if anything. Like when he's one of those people who just like loves to have any attention on him, even if it's derision. He's just like,
oh, of course. He lives. I was
Jared.
like, I can't deal with you. And Brittany is so funny to me and just a silly goose, but I could absolutely not listen to her for a whole podcast, and certainly not listen to Nick and his childbred. So I could not listen to it, but Madison called and said that they had on Austin Kroll. And I was like, oh, okay, what was he talking about? And she said that they were like, on this podcast, we go deep. And I'm like, sure, the two most shallow people on earth go deep. But apparently they wanted to talk to him about his sister's death because, his sister fell off, I think it was like Table Rock or something, like somewhere in North or South Carolina that we've been to. Yeah, and it killed her when he was young. And then, like, I think 18 months later was when his other sister was born. And that was kind of what healed the family, gave them something to, like, focus on and get through a lot of the grief. But anyway, so he was, like, talking about all of that. And then Natalie starts asking questions like, did you watch her fall?
Oh,
what did it
my
look like?
gosh.
How did you feel when she fell? Like, just crazy things to ask someone.
You want to talk about going full nut? That Natalie, she's not right. Like there's something wrong. Like the call is coming from inside the house.
Yeah,
like,
someone pulled a screw loose out of that one.
I'm not here to talk about how women dress or present themselves, but I mean,
you plan to.
But she's coming out here. I mean, it's a far cry from sweats. It's not like a sweatsuit. She's coming out here like she's rolled out of bed.
It is interesting because she used to not do that. And as someone who, when I was going through my mental health moment, we'll say, after my accident at work, I went from like looking cute all the time and dressing up to literally slicking my hair in a greasy bun, no makeup on, just like a sweatshirt and jeans. And people were asking me like, are you okay?
Also, let's just be honest, like often men in those like controlling relationships will like tell their woman that they can't dress up, that they can't look good. Like, who are you looking good for?
But see, I would think that they would want them to look good to make them look good. You know what I mean?
No. It's about don't attract attention. Don't attract other male attention.
Do you think it's because there's all those rumors about her cheating on him?
Yeah, of course.
Perchance. Yeah. I don't understand how he is where he is in this industry. I mean, I'm impressed by it because I'm befuddled.
He was first to the trough.
Yeah.
That's what
he built it quickly. But I mean, they are awful people.
Oh my God, he was on the freaking show 5 times. I mean, he got a lot of eyes on him.
You want to talk about thirsty? And still it thinks that like he knows everything about reality TV. I'm like, bro, that was 10 years ago.
This didn't work for me the first time or the second.
or the third, or the fourth, or the fifth. So instead, I flew someone out who came into my DMs and was 20 years younger than me because I needed like a little ego check. And here we are, and now we're married, and she cheats on me, and I pretend like it's fine.
Oh, and they're the way they talk about their families and stuff on there. Oh boy, I mean, you know, I'll dish a little dirt every now and then. Dear God, their stories about what happened at Thanksgiving and Christmas. I was like, oh, mommy and daddy, if they hear this, you may not be invited next year.
Yep. They ain't coming. They coming to your house.
Yeah, he was like, my house. And they came to my house and they weren't acting like it was my house. They were thanking mom for making the food.
It's been in your family for years. You bought it back. But like, I'm sorry, do you want them to like bow down and kiss the floor every time they go there? And I think he does.
Oh, the answer to that is absolutely he does.
He's just so insecure. The way he needs praise for like every little thing is exhausting. I mean, she must be tired. She's like, I have a toddler and I have a 45-year-old toddler. And that's why I can't put on makeup or wear normal clothes. It's hard out in these streets. Also, Bill Hader and Ali Wong broke up. Did you see that?
I mean, well, this is like the second or third time that they've broken up, so that doesn't necessarily surprise me. But it's sad because, you know, you want to think that two celebrities that are funny could stay together and make it work, but it ain't happening.
Oh, can I tell you something else random? I stepped on the scale today, which I think was brave for me because
that was a brave moment.
I was really
It was
scared.
an unhinged moment, honestly.
It was. In my head, I was like, if this goes poorly, I'm going to have really bad mental health for like a solid week. And I was shocked that after eating like a monster and being on my period this week, I lost weight.
Well, let me tell you, you're going to be the hero of the world now. Just think about all the people who are hearing this that are going, oh, Rachel, thank God you lost that weight.
Oh my God.
They're going to be mad at you.
Cut this. We're not adding this. This is actually...
This is not going to age well. Oh, you know what? I thought I had gained all this weight eating all this food. But you know what? Nope. I lost weight, man.
Well, no. The reason I was thinking about it when we were talking about Nick and Natalie was because...
like, we've all gained weight. We all feel like crap. And you're like, you know what? Stepped on the scale. Not a big deal. Lost weight, baby.
I only lost 1 pound. But I think it was all from being so stressed while we were gone that I, like, physically, my body was, like, working out.
I'll also say you're misremembering what you did because you did not eat as much as you typically did. I
just ate not healthy stuff. When I did eat, it wasn't good for me, but I couldn't eat very much because I was...
locked in a back bedroom? It's kind of hard to snack when you're locked by yourself in a dungeon room in the back.
Try holding my arm away from me, trying not to rebook a flight for that day.
yeah.
Just disassociating. Oh, yeah. No, but I thought that was funny that I had like envisioned that it was going to be so bad. And then to your point, I was like, oh, I guess I really didn't do that much. I just like was ill and stressed the entire time. But that's never been me. Normally I'm the opposite. When I get stressed out, I'm like, how much can I eat and how fast? So this was a new moment for me.
Yep.
But the fun thing about almost being 40 is that somehow I still have a little gut. It's spreading out differently.
Yeah,
I think as you get older, it's like, what if your titties were smaller and you had a little gut and you had some back fat, but it all meant you weighed less? And you're like,
thank God, just what turns me on.
Yeah, that's the configuration we're all looking for. That's what I wanted. And maybe your neck gets a little fatter. That'll just be fun. We'll just see what happens.
It's doing it for me.
Yeah,
so.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the real thing that we got on here for is to talk about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, as we did have our finale last night.
We did.
Before we dive into it, I want to know your overall thoughts about the season and the finale.
I said this a few episodes ago, and for those of you who don't listen to every episode, hear my thoughts. And they are this. Why are people saying this is the best season of this show? I think it's unadulteratedly the worst season of
Unadulteratedly.
I think it is. I think it's the worst. I think it's the worst season.
Okay.
On the whole. Like,
Okay.
I don't think much happened. I think like we've elevated moments that in other seasons wouldn't even made it on.
Okay.
Like the whole Meredith thing, like we have no footage of it. We don't know what was actually said. They won't even tell us what was actually said. Like even Whitney, who's like still harping on this and saying that, you know, Meredith's a pill popper and all this.
Yeah, you're a pill popper and a drunk.
And the thing is, like, she won't even tell us what was said or why it was so egregious. Like, I'm done with that. And Heather, like, somehow, like, how is this an assault on Heather? And why is this her storyline? Like, I will say, like, unless they're able to convince me of something different in these 3 reunion episodes, are we still? Oh, something happened in my computer. Anyway, if they're unable to convince us of something different in these reunion episodes, I have to believe that I'm almost in a place where they've got me siding with Meredith. Like, it seems a little harsh. It's like everybody has made Meredith their storyline. And like, yeah, maybe she's going through something. Yeah, maybe she's, you know, drinking a little too much. Maybe her marriage is on the skids. But why is that Heather's story? Why is that Whitney's story? And I think it's all about projection. I think, you know, obviously Whitney's got stuff in her family she's projecting on this. She's got her own marital struggles that she's projecting onto this.
We'll get into the nitty-gritty of it in a minute. I just meant overall.
Okay.
At a glance.
I'll shut up.
Thank you. I agree. I don't think the season was as good as everyone is saying it is. I think it's not a good season when you actually are having to take them on trip after trip after trip after trip, because it means that they're not good enough friends to like be able to meet up. They were like barely in Salt Lake City.
Nobody lives in Salt Lake City. I mean, Bronwyn straight up lives in New York. So does Meredith.
Yeah.
I mean, God knows when Mary's not on the show where she's popping off to with all her church's money.
Right.
I mean,
yeah. And I thought the finale was like low-key boring. I'm kind of sick of them being in Greece. There were a lot of Greece episodes.
Heather and Lisa have Florida written all over them. They're about to be down there with Ramona and Luann.
I could see that.
It's going to be a Housewives graveyard down there.
Yeah. Lots of retired housewives in Florida. They could really do like, instead of, where is it that they all go? It starts with a B.
Palm Beach.
No, where all the old people go. It's where that pastor who used to work at the Journey went.
Boca Raton.
Yeah, we do Housewives at Boca Raton.
Yeah.
Have them all go. But yeah, like a Palm Beach, something like that. They could pull in like older housewives and pull them all together. But I didn't like, I mean, they started with like the whole like Sisters of the Salt 12 hours earlier. So I guess I felt like it was going to be bigger than it was. But the whole play aspect and like the Greek tragedy of it all felt way too produced. And that's my biggest gripe about this season, is that it was way like, the first 2 seasons were almost camp. It was like they were play acting as housewives. And then seasons 3, 4, and 5, like they found their footing. And it was just absolute cinema. And then this, I'm like, it's fine. It's okay. But I don't love the end. I don't love like how we ended. Like, okay.
It was pitiful. It was pitiful.
Everybody's mad. Like.
And another thing is like part of it is making small drama into big reaction. And I feel like we're actually getting none of it. Like, I feel like there is some big drama here at the center, but no one is actually talking about what's going on. Like when you have those big blowouts between like Ramona and Bethany, like they're getting into the nitty gritty of what they've said about each other, what's been said in the press, all this. And on Housewives, like everybody's so media trained. Like even the arguments are about the media training. Like Bronwyn's like, well, no, you're so media trained. You know, you're coming and getting me in the middle of the night and wanting to have conversations off camera.
Well, let's talk about that. Because it starts with them in the morning with Angie coming out and they're all like, your fat looks terrible. And I was like, damn. If I walked out and everyone's like, you look awful, I'd just go back to bed and not get up.
And she took it like a champ.
She did. She did. She needs to be bubble wrapped because she almost fell again. And I was like, girl, I feel your pain and really you should feel her pain too because you always fall down in foreign countries.
Sure.
But they're getting ready. Meredith's in a good mood. They're all happy to be going somewhere. And then apparently the night before, they had been in this conversation, and in the middle of the night, Meredith's calling Bronwyn and is asking her to discuss what they had talked about at lunch. And I guess Bronwyn talked to Mary about it. And so Bronwyn in the Sprinter van, I do love a Sprinter van freak out. But Bronwyn absolutely freaks out and gets really passionate. Yeah. These trips seem to really break her down. Like last year this happened and she'll tell some lies, some half truths, or be like, oh, I didn't say that. If you recall, I didn't mean that. But she explains later that she gets defensive when she's going through something. So I think I'm understanding that more and more as I'm watching her. But in this way, she gets really passionate. And is like, I've stood up for you. I've been a good friend to you, Meredith. And you're gaslighting me. You won't take accountability for asking what happened at lunch. You're pumping me for information. You only ask for things off camera. But it's like she flipped a switch. Yeah. To me, it seemed like Heather had coached her.
Oh, no. And I think now I'm starting to get a little better picture of why Todd is such a presence in Bronwyn's life, because I think he's not I don't think he's necessarily a good person, but I think he provides some balance for her in some of these ways. There's some grounding and speaks very plainly to her and like creates boundaries for her when she feels very disconnected and she feels very like performative and that she needs to please and all these things. And Todd doesn't have any of that. He's not here to please anybody. And I think that comes off to her as somebody grounding for her, that she needs that. I think she can find that in a much healthier place and will. But I think that's his appeal, is that he's unapologetic and he stands on what he thinks and what he believes. And I think she waffles because she's never had that consistency of someone being truly, she even mentions this, of being truly loyal to her. So she doesn't even feel like she knows how to be loyal.
I also think that she sees the winds shifting and that all the girls are mad at Lisa and Meredith. And I think Heather got in her ear and was like, here's what you need to do on the Sprinter van. Say this about Meredith, blah, 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 blah. It just seems like something Heather would say. And I am just done. Heather gets on my nerves. I'm sure she is a lovely person, but she seems like so front of the class, like, I'm well spoken. Wonderful.
Heather either has been the most annoying version of herself this season, or she has been the victim of one of the worst edits in the history of this particular franchise.
Well, she didn't have a storyline.
I think that's, man, when you don't produce for yourself, you will get produced.
Well, she is trying to produce herself.
Yeah,
and
but
trying
she's bad
to
at
produce,
it.
Well, she's trying to produce everyone. Like, that's the problem. She's trying to micromanage the storyline. And you see that at every dinner, every party. You see that with her. She sees that when she sees that Bronwyn is weak, when she feels like Whitney is weak, when she feels like anyone can kind of be controlled into saying something or lashing out, she gives them a script.
Like, how did she become Britney's protector at one point? Like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, it's because she's looking for a moment. She keeps chasing the receipts, timeline, proof.
Bad
moment.
No.
And it's
you ain't got it. That was your one moment.
Yeah, you don't have the sauce anymore. And like, girl, enjoy the fact that you had that moment. And then like, I just wish that she would talk more about dating, like after Mormonism, how it's hard to like figure out what you're doing sexually. How are you teaching your daughters to date in their 20s? What are you doing to feel comfortable as a divorced woman in your 40s or 50s? I would just like to see more of her being a strong, powerful single woman. And she will not talk about that at all.
Well, and I don't think that I don't even mean this mean, but I don't think she knows how to be that yet. Like, I don't,
Yeah.
I think like she was in like what seemed like a fairly abusive religious situation, an abusive marriage, all these different things. And like, I think she needs to give herself some time to learn how to be those things. And I would be very interested in seeing that play out, because I know growing up the way I did, in seeing and hearing stories the way you grew up, like there's a lot of room in this show to show someone coming out of those things, rethinking those things, not necessarily even fully leaving them, but like retooling them for yourselves, rediscovering them for yourselves. And I think like there's a lot of great storyline for her, but she's too busy worried about everybody else's drama and whether they're sharing it in the way that she thinks that they should be sharing it. And I'm tired
She's
of that.
even
I'm done with it.
overproducing like all of her confessionals.
Oh, it's bad. It's bad. It's giving Lisa. Lisa did better in the confessionals this year than she's ever done.
Lisa was funny.
She did good. The tree thing, that's a moment. That's a moment. The talking to trees.
The thing about Lisa is that even when she's being unhinged and like villain-ish, she is such a lovable villain. And I say that loosely, obviously, and is so likable ultimately. Like at the end of the season, I'm never like, oh, I hate Lisa, even if she's my least favorite of the season.
Yeah, the show is nothing without Lisa. Like, I think, like, I really, truly, like, you need her. You need her.
Well, and I think that's the rub between her and Angie, is that Angie wants to be head bitch in charge because she and Lisa both at their businesses are head bitch in charge. And so I think that they are similar in that way. And it really rubs her the wrong way that everyone's constantly looking for Lisa's approval. And Angie's like, hello. But I think that's why they fight so much. Anyway, let's talk about the play. Do you want to discuss your thoughts about that?
I mean, first of all, like the fact that such a titular moment of the entire season was based off of these interviews that they had with this woman to tell them like the spicy tea between each other. Like it's such an unbelievably produced moment. And it's honestly, it reads to me like the producers thought this was going to be bigger and better than it was. And then it ended up being a spiraling awful situation. Like I just don't think they got the sauce out of it that they wanted, as evidenced by the fact that they showed the entire thing. It was like a 30-minute segment of the show was just watching this horrible play.
It was like 12 minutes, but it was like a 12-minute monologue.
Yeah,
that's
I did not
a long time, like a monologue with flashbacks, and it's like, okay, we get it, but the purpose of it was really kind of lost on me. I'm like, okay, so you're showing us the entire purpose is to show us mean things that they said about each other and then to publicly humiliate them.
You want to generate those moments without having to do it that way. So produced, like all of the big moments came because these women had conflict with each other over real things. This is just like the whole ultimate thing of this whole season is, are we really friends? And like truly the answer is no. And if that is the answer, it's time to revamp. It's time to get some new blood in. It's time to get back to Salt Lake City.
No, hard to disagree on revamp. No. Here's the thing. They had a moment where Lisa and Angie made up, and I was like, thank God they're doing this. It was like a very heartfelt moment where they were like, you know what? We want to put our differences aside. And then drunk ass Heather over there guzzling red wine was like, and then Meredith said something too, like your life is about the people you love. And Heather's like, do you love us?
Well, I mean,
like, okay.
That wine she was drinking was the color of Hawaiian punch. And the thing is, like, I just don't understand, Rachel. Like, is Meredith going to participate? Is Heather going to stop producing? Like, I can't do another season like this one. Like, we've got to get back to normalcy. Like, are they stationed in Salt Lake? Is that where these women live?
Right. Well, I think enough will happen in the press and after and with Bronwyn being single, I think stuff's going to happen with Whitney and her husband.
That could
so
be
I think
good.
there will be a lot of things like that we'll be able to see next season that will be interesting. But yeah, I think the one person who just doesn't have a lot going on is Heather. And in the past, she's felt like the voice of the audience, but now she just feels like a whiny teacher trying to instruct everyone like where to go and what to say. And it's annoying. As an audience, like, I know what you're doing. I can see you trying to do it. And I don't know why they were so well, I do. As I said earlier, it's projection. Like, Bronwyn is clearly going through it with Todd. And so she keeps bringing up the stuff with Seth. That's projection. We've got Mary with her son dealing with his addiction issues, being incarcerated, projection. You've got Whitney with her dad, projection. I mean, all of it is all being placed on Meredith. And Meredith's like, I am not going to give you the reaction that you want. I'm just not. I'm going to walk away. I'm going to gray rock. I'm going to ignore it. I'm going to let it go. And then Lisa tries to go out there with her. And then I got tickled because the way Whitney is always trying to insert herself and have a moment and be like, Meredith, listen to me. I'm so sorry I called you a pill popper. She cannot stop saying it.
She loves it. She loves to say pill popper.
Sorry I called you a pill popper and a lush. What I really meant was you have all the characteristics of a pill popper and a lush. But I'm not saying that you are.
And I've had trouble. My family.
Your actions are erratic like my father. And it's like, okay, go talk to your, psychiatrist, not Meredith, about this. And the thing is, like, Meredith has been up and down, but people get to be up and down. Like, she's on this girls' trip that she clearly didn't want to go on, like a cash trip. As we all know from many housewives, most of these trips are miserable because they're meant to pull conflict out. And so they are difficult.
And they're also like, it's also important to know that they never went about this the right way if they really wanted to get Meredith to talk. Yeah. Like, it would have been very simple to sit her down, start having like a lengthy conversation about marriages, or like, there were many ways to get Meredith to talk about these things that they keep pushing her on. But they all are so thirsty for it. And they don't want to give any to get. They don't want to give any of their own crap to get from her. And one thing about New York, one thing about even Beverly Hills in the seasons that I've seen, it's like they're willing to give to get.
Some of them, yeah.
Yes. The best of these shows comes when they're all willing to give of themselves in the show, when you're willing and to share.
Like be vulnerable and bleed out a little.
Yes. That's what it's
for. And the audience appreciates that. And when you won't, people notice.
Yeah. And that's why people are calling for Kyle Richards to be off the show of Beverly Hills and all that, because these people have been on the show so long and they know how to do it so well that they're so produced and don't share anything new and don't share anything that's going on in their lives. It frustrates the people on the show, off the show, the fan base, Bravo. It frustrates everyone.
Well, and Kyle Richards is quite literally an actress and has been since she was a child. So not surprising to me. I did get tickled when Mary said that she sleeps on top of
the sheets because she can't she doesn't know who's been sleeping in them. I'm like, Mary, these are clean sheets.
And I'm also like, what they don't wash is the top of the bed.
Yeah, what you're sleeping on.
Like, that's the grossest part, I would imagine. That's what I've always thought. Anyway, after all of that, I do think that, I will say, during the play, I think Brittany got cut the hardest and Lisa's was the least bad. What did you think?
But I don't think Lisa had, after the whole thing at the beginning of the season with, like, her legal troubles or whatever, like,
Dismissed.
Lisa kind of laid low. But she was kind of siding with Meredith in a few aspects and stuff like that, but like there wasn't anything specifically people could point to and be like, Lisa did me wrong, Lisa did this, other than like the watch thing.
She was just competitive.
But
I just think it's funny that the worst thing that they said about her was like, oh, you hide behind your stuff, you're so rich and have so much stuff and think you're better than everyone. If someone said that about me, I'd be like, oh no, you think I'm so rich. Oh,
I lost weight over the holidays.
Yep, I identify with Lisa. Projection. No, I thought, but Brittany's was like, you're childlike and stupid and you put men over your children. If someone had said that to me, I would pass out.
Oh, that was bad.
I'd pass out and throw up, but she was drunk and was just like, eh. And I was like, okay, all right, well, whatever.
But she was like, that was the worst. I mean, someone, I can't remember who it was, like just said like, you pick men over your children.
And they cut to Mary and she was like, I was like, yep, that's correct. Yeah. But anyway, it ends all in all. We think they're coming back together. Heather shoots another missile. Everybody gets upset again. And
sloshing the wine around.
Gosh, so we friends or what? And it ends with Meredith and Lisa leaving and the other girls standing there. So I don't know. I didn't love that.
And then they all just go get in the same Sprinter van.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't love that as an ending. I'm curious to see like what's really going on. I'm very excited to watch the reunion, but that's where we are for now.
I want to say that next week, because we'll be in the reunion, we'll be able to talk a little less about SLC and be able to catch up on Vanderpump.
Yeah.
Because there is so much I want to say about Vanderpump right now, and I need some time to
I'll let you take the lead with that next week.
And I'll wet your whistle with this.
Oh.
They are doing some editing in that show that is all-time bravo. I mean,
okay.
I'll point out some things next week, but
they are doing some like slowing and
they
some music
are killing
and
it right now. They are killing it.
Whoever's editing is funny.
Give Vanderpump a chance. Do not let them get canceled. Get out there and watch Vanderpump right now.
People
and you can start it from
it.
just this season. You don't need to know anything about the past of Vanderpump. Start from this season. It's a whole new cast of people. Mm-hmm. Give it a shot.
Well, Vanderpump writ all is absolutely incredible. Highly recommend. But yeah, this season's brand new, so give it a couple episodes, see what you think.
All right.
All right, well, like, follow, tell us how wonderful we are, leave a couple reviews, leave some comments on Spotify, whatever makes you feel good.
And go to popsnitch.com and leave a couple of snitchuations for the snitchuation room.
Oh,
tell us
yes,
about
we need more.
Your problems. Tell us about your work issues, your relationship troubles, your family squabbles. We will help you on the snitchuation room. Check that out. It's in the Pop Snitch feed and also on our YouTube, so go check that out.
Yeah, and we got a couple of them after we recorded this weekend, so we will get to you. Just wait for us.
All right. We love you.
Bye.